Yo, we started out laughing. What's up, world? Welcome to the Nola Experience podcast. I am your host, Nola. This guy next to me acting like he's stretching for a fight with Rocky. What up? It's Mr. Melee.
What's up?
Melee.
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 Something like that.
Melee. Okay. What's going on, bruh?
Nothing much. Chilling like a villain,
You know I'm feeling?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all is well.
How's the baby doing? Because I know she's been sick.
Yeah, she's better. She's definitely getting better. She is still mayhem. But yeah, she's good.
Still melee.
Yeah.
She's still creating a melee around the place.
Yeah. So yeah, she's good though. She's still her energetic self. She's just a little more clingy.
Oh,
yeah, very
cuddly
very
baby.
Clingy. Yeah.
Hold me, daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So what'd you do today?
Today I had to drive to Brooklyn. You know what? I'm not even gonna go into it. Never mind.
Why did you have to drive to Brooklyn other than to be here? Could have been anywhere in the world. Be here with us.
Yeah. Me and Brooklyn. You know what? This is how I'll put it, because I was gonna say something else, but me and Brooklyn do not have a good relationship. I've had so many like bad experiences in Brooklyn. I remember I got my car towed here.
Sounds about right.
Got into a brawl in a club.
Sounds about right.
Freaking Atlantic. Why haven't they fixed
the road? Sounds about right.
What the heck?
Not only have they not fixed the roads on Atlantic Avenue, but they added speed traps.
Oh my God.
And cameras.
That's why they haven't fixed it, so people won't speed. Because it's insane.
It doesn't matter. People still speed because all you need to do is 37.
Was a guy speeding. There was a guy speeding.
Just do 37 and you're going to get that ticket in the mail.
Yeah. So me and Brooklyn don't have the best relationship.
There's something that I say about Brooklyn all the time and people absolutely hate it. I wonder if they don't really understand what I mean, but I always say Brooklyn is like that mean boyfriend that butters you up and keeps trying to be nice to you, but then is fucked up and mean to you.
They'll be like, hey, yo, suck my dick. That's Brooklyn energy all the way. Suck my dick. Brooklyn, chill.
Is that the only energy Brooklyn has?
Well, not since the gentrification.
Would you like some coffee?
No.
There's a
suck
coffee.
Suck my dick with a cappuccino.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
In
wow.
Inland, too,
Yeah. So I was watching this movie.
Which movie?
Bruh, it's called Awake.
Sounds familiar.
On Netflix. Mm-hmm. The concept of the movie is there's like this mysterious thing happening in the world. Guys, if you're planning to watch this movie and it's a spoiler, just take the spoiler because I don't want you to turn the podcast off. Just
I think I saw it, but I'm
eat the spoiler because you love us, right? But anyway, there's a mysterious thing happening in the world and it's causing people to not be able to fall asleep.
Yes.
So everybody is awake. And apparently after a while, like after a certain amount of time being awake, people kill themselves and do all types of crazy stuff, right? So the main character is this military woman who has, amazing training. And one thing that I saw her doing was as the hours go by and she keeps losing sleep, she will like test herself to see if her brain is still functioning properly, right? And she'll do this by, if she's traveling through the movie, like she has to go from point A to B to C to get to scientists who could potentially cure whatever this is that's happening. If she comes across a calendar that probably has a phone number on it, she'll look at the phone number one time, memorize it, and then turn away and try to repeat it. And she does it the first time, she's sharp, right? Second time, sharp. Then after a while, she looks at the phone number or the piece of information that she runs into, and she reads it and then attempts to memorize it, and she can't, right? Mm-hmm. She looks at the phone number or a piece of information, and when she tries to memorize it and she can't, this is an indication that her brain function is really declining, right? And when she's at her worst, I'm looking at her and I'm like, but that's me right now.
Oh.
That's me. Like, I can literally tell you how many times, well, I can't tell you how many times I have seen a phone number, looked at it one time and turn around, I can't remember it. If you give me a shopping list to like go to the store, if I don't write it down, I can't remember it. And it really, really fucked with me. And I started truly paying attention to the people around me. And the one thing that I've noticed, that I've been noticing, still noticing, every single person around me, and I'm talking about immediate family, extended family, close friends, people I work with, including you, and including our producer, Shot of Adrenaline. Every single person around me is having that same issue where I feel nobody's remembering things that you should be remembering. And not only is it a memory thing, but it's also a focus thing and an attention span that's like
zero.
What do you call? Is it zero?
It's low.
I wanted to say something like low or what?
Yeah, low. It's low.
It's an attention span that's just scary.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if we're all functioning like this now, what are we going to be doing in our 60s and 70s and during the time when people usually have like certain decline in brain function? But I've just been observing it, and it's really, really scary. So
it worries me so much because I've always had like a bad memory. And it's so funny you even bring this up, because I did think at some point that it was only me. Like, I'm like, damn, I really can't remember anything. But to hear you say this is so comforting, because I'm like, yo, I'm going to have dementia at 50. Like,
it's crazy. And it's definitely something going on.
Yeah.
I don't need to do any type of tests on anybody.
And you just know.
I can look at people. I don't need to diagnose anything. I don't need to be a doctor. I'm not an idiot. Like, when you speak with scientists and when you speak with doctors and certain professionals, they don't like it when, people hypothesize or have theories or anything. They want to know that 1 + 1 is 2. They want to know that you were checked out by someone who has credentials for that, and they want to know that research was done and there's paperwork to back it up and all of that. You don't always need to go through that. I can look at everybody and see how things have been going and know like something is up. But what's up?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot.
The answer is kind of obvious. It's the internet.
You think it's the internet?
I think it's the internet. Like, if you think about like how it used to be, like my dad always like when he drives, he knows everywhere he's going without having to look at anything. You tell him, hey, I want to go to this place. He's like, oh yeah, we just take this down and go that way and make a left here. And I'm like, but me,
same.
I can't remember how to get to my house. Like when I leave here today, I gotta put my phone with the GPS on.
So what about, so we're in Brooklyn. What about when you get on the highway? Do you know how to get from Brooklyn Highway to Long Island Highway?
Yes, when I get on the highway, I can.
But the Brooklyn Highway to Long Island Highway, you know that part? Or do you need to get on the Long Island Highway to know?
I need to get on the highway. Like, to get out of here, I need to figure out how to get to the highway.
So you're good as soon as you hop on the 278, the BQE.
And you know why? Because there was a point where I didn't have a GPS. So all of the things that I had to remember up until that point, I can remember. Like, I used to pass Brooklyn and pass Queens and stuff before I had a GPS.
Yeah.
All of that stuff I remember. But getting to here, because obviously, I had to use my phone, and it's only been less than a year that I've been coming here. So that's not logged into my memory. All the highways and stuff that I've memorized before I had a GPS are locked in. But anything after that period, I can't remember it.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
So, it's the internet.
We're definitely super, like, we really, really, really rely on these devices.
Yeah, it's so bad.
I mean, the most common thing, like a phone number that everybody back in the day used to know. And we still experience that time when we didn't have phones to remember phone numbers, right?
The number.
We had phone books. And we I'm talking about your little phone book.
Oh.
That you would write people's numbers in, right?
Yeah.
We had phone books, we had memory. We were able to memorize like all of our immediate people, your mom, your dad, your brothers, you would know their number.
Yes.
Do you know your parents, both of their numbers?
Yeah, but they had the same number since I was
Okay, what about your brothers? Do you know their numbers by heart, both of them?
They had the same number since middle school. My brother just changed his number, and I'm probably never going to memorize it now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because, I mean...
Do you know Ivory's number?
Yo, it's so funny. When you said that, it comes to... Because sometimes I go shopping at her supermarket. She shops... ShopRite, one of those places. And you know how, like, you have to put your... she has her membership.
Discount card.
Yeah, so it's her phone number. Every time I go, I have to look at the number.
Wow. And you don't know her number because you don't know her number as long as you've known your brothers and your parents' numbers.
Yeah.
She came into your life during the time when your brain is like, fuck this.
And then, the other thing is too, it's like when you look at your phone, you don't see the numbers.
You don't see the number.
You only see the name.
So
it was like,
and even if you do see the number, you don't try to retain it.
No.
Because subconsciously you're like, the phone has it. I'll be fine.
Exactly.
But in the event of an emergency, you're screwed. Like if you had to get in touch with that person. Please don't say her number on this damn podcast.
Right.
And then she has to go change it, and then you're in more trouble because you will never remember that new one, right? But you're right. Like the internet, for certain, like social media. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Are you like the fact that you are scrolling down a timeline, right? And let's do a small number just to make this easy. A small number is 30. We generally, a lot of us follow maybe over 100 people, right? So let's say you follow 10,000 people, but I'm going to shrink this and say 30 people you see on your timeline, and you just keep doing like this. You're scrolling. Like I'll just do an example of that and go on my timeline. Now I go on my timeline. The first thing I saw was a meme, right? Now I see someone showing Christmas decoration. I like it because I don't even know what the fuck the caption says, right? But I like it. I see a friend showing a screenshot. I don't know what the screenshot says, but I like it, right? I see French fries and it looks like crab cakes. Oh, jewelry. Oh, the sky.
Somebody just laughed.
Another meme. Oh, this looks like a butt with a tattoo that says daddy. Another thing about COVID. Somebody in the kitchen cooking. Like, this is how your brain is going the whole time. Yes. Hold on. This girl has some type of fruit in her hand. I don't look like no damn peach. What's that? It's a tomato.
Oh, tomato.
Yeah. And
so the information is just like, and like you said, everything's different. So it goes from
your brain
to seeing a freaking.
You know when you're about to run, but you have to pivot, like you have to turn or stop.
Yeah.
I feel like the brain is doing that. It's going and then it's stopping or it's turning, and that in itself, that one thing, that single maneuver is very damaging. It's an overload of information as well. Like, we consume a lot of fucking information. What does your typical day look like when you get up in the morning? Like, when you get up in the morning, is your first thing your phone?
It is, sadly enough. Yeah. It's my first
And
thing.
what do you do? What's the first thing you open your phone and do?
First thing I open my phone is probably go to Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is you tap into what everybody else is going through.
Yeah. If I don't have any text messages.
Right. Because that would be on the first screen, right? Notifications. Yeah. So you go to Instagram and you're like, let me see what's happening in the world. And if you happen to...
What did I miss?
What did you miss, right? If you happen to run into, maybe there was a police shooting last night, right? And it's now devouring your timeline. The first thing you're going to see in the morning is this trauma.
Yes.
Right? People angry, screenshots, memes, whatever, videos. That's your first experience. And you probably won't stay on it too long. You're probably going to capture like the main idea of the story. Oh, the cops done shot this guy, put it in your fucking story, and then within 30 to 45 seconds you're on to the next thing. And this is all before you even make it to the bathroom to brush your teeth. That's not healthy. Like, we all do it though.
I think we have an obsession with
FOMO.
The first to know. Yes, that too.
It's FOMO.
Yes, FOMO. Because even that happened the other day. I was awoken to a bunch of calls and texts from people because my brother was at the Astroworld thing. So I was a bunch of people started calling me.
So this is the Travis Scott concert that ended in a bunch of deaths, people being died. Injured. Okay.
So I was awoken to a bunch of people calling and texting me saying, "Yo, is your brother okay? Your brother all right?" And I'm like, "What is going on?" So it's almost that same thing. Like I was saying, like, when you wake up, the first thing is like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
I mean, like, what did I miss?
But you're not even consciously asking, what did I miss? It's like an automatic reflex. You'll be 90% asleep, 10% awake, and you open your eye like this and you do like this.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd be like,
you look at your phone and you're trying to figure out, but the brain is not meant to. I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Something You Should Know. I was listening to that the other day, and there was a woman on there talking about the speed in which we are forced to process information today, and the volume of information that we're taking in. And she's pretty much saying that the human brain is really not equipped to handle information that's being thrown at us today. It's not meant to handle it. So whatever it is that we're going through, the symptoms, whether it's memory or lack of focus or insomnia, it could potentially be a byproduct of processing way too much.
And I think I did see exactly what you're talking about now. She was this could be a different thing, but the woman was talking about how we got to think of our brains as like, you could even think of it as like a cup of water, and we're getting filled with all this information that this water is filling this cup, and at some point it's going to overflow. So there's information falling out. There's things, it's overflowing.
And that fallout is your information that you can't remember.
You can't remember shit.
That's your memory.
Yeah.
That's your memory. But I actually work really hard. Like, I have little procedures, like little ways that I make sure I remember stuff, right? And it requires that I have a bunch of protocols. The protocols was initially because this is just how I am, right? But also I saw how useful it's become with memory and just being organized. We have like a shoe rack at the front door, but at the top of the shoe rack, there are 2 drawers. When I come through the door, the very first thing I do, immediately I put my keys into that drawer. That's the first thing I do. I'm not going anywhere until I unload all my shit into this drawer. That way, I always know where my keys are.
Gotcha.
Searching for keys.
Oh my God.
When you have to go.
Story of my life.
Do you know what type of anxiety you could get into when you're late, when somebody's waiting for you, or you need to start your car?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot. So that's one thing that I eliminate. As soon as I come through the door, whatever's in my pocket goes there right away. So I always know it's there, right? when I go to my computer, if I use my charger or whatever, I always make sure that wherever my computer is, that's where my charger is. My computer is not going to go missing, right? If I watch TV, I always put the remote control back on the TV stand. Like I never leave it on the couch. I never put it. But it's my brain is already tapped into this routine and this protocol. So it helps me kind of battle those little things that, in my opinion, it's like very, very stressful to be walking around all day long searching for shit.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? But that's my little thing, those little things that I do to stay on track. But not just the internet. It's not just the internet that's screwing your brain. I started to do some research on this because once I realized that this is a lot of people, and I mean literally every single person in my circle, started doing research, and nobody had to tell me I didn't need to do research to know that it's also connected to diet.
Oh, of course.
Food always comes into play, right?
Yes.
Like life source.
Body, spirit.
You're eating. I learned that. Let me see what the who the researchers are. So the researchers from the Marshall University Joan C. Edwards School of Medicine in Huntington, West Virginia, observed that mice eating a Western diet or a standard American diet increased their body weight significantly compared with the mice on a normal diet. Additionally, the first group of mice showed noteworthy insulin resistance, low energy, and lowered oxygen level. Remember we were talking about the oxygen in another episode about the body being low on oxygen? Your diet can definitely do that.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of the things that we consume are processed. If you go into a supermarket, maybe 95% or 90 or 85% of the aisles are filled with processed food, like foods that have gone through such a process that it's not even whatever it was in its original form. That's damaging. And they just happen to be the foods that taste the best. Like,
that's annoying.
But it also depends on your lifestyle, because once I switched over to eating or stopped eating certain things, my body didn't want them anymore and they didn't taste good to me anymore. So high salt, high sugar, high fat, like those are the three things that our brains love. Those three things. And you're either clogging your arteries, which of course reduces your oxygen, which of course reduces how much your brain is being fed, and memory, focus.
True.
What else are we eating? Definitely alcohol.
Yeah, guilty pleasures.
I also feel like people who smoke a lot of weed. Memory. I used to be one of those people.
You couldn't remember shit?
It would fuck with my memory. Like, I will smoke and I'll be like, where's my arm?
Where's my car at? Where did I park?
Just the dumbest stuff. Like, why do you not know that your sunglasses on your eyes, right?
It's like your head.
Why is it so dark out here? Because you're wearing shades? No, that's been me. I'm driving and I'm like, why is it so dark? That wasn't under the influence, but it's just being so distracted. And your body not being on an optimal level, environmental impact, the air, the water, the noise, living in a city also affects the brain.
I can only imagine. It's just, once again, like that overload. You know, so many things are happening all the time. It's this and that. It's the old lady over here. It's the freaking car accident down there. It's the popo over here. Oh, no. Sheesh. Especially in good old Brooklyn.
Depending on the part of Brooklyn, but for the most part,
it's busy over here.
It's busy, especially where we're at. We're literally across the street from Barclays.
It's live over here,
and so much happens all the time. Living in the city definitely affects the brain. And you know what? Something I learned from the book *Sapiens*. Humans initially lived in a bunch of small groups. we were built to live in small communities where we know every single person. And in order for you to remember every single person, the number has to be it has to be like, maybe, I'm probably not saying this right, definitely under 100. Definitely under 100 people, where you know everybody in the community, everybody knows each other, and everybody's like coexisting and cooperating and making things happen.
Like animals, like herds.
Exactly, right? The moment you go to a city where you don't know your neighbors, there are millions of people there, and you are all so connected on social media to 21,000 people that you're following, right? That definitely affects you emotionally and spiritually. It causes a lot of people to be depressed because I feel like not having that tight-knit community, you kind of feel lost.
Yeah.
You feel like you don't belong.
You don't have any identity. It's like, I'm just
exactly. It's identity.
A blip in the matrix.
It's identity. It's definitely an identity thing. Like, what's my group? What's my tribe? You know, we're very tribal. Like, that's our, that's in our DNA. And
but that's like, I feel like that is everybody's issue, because that's the way of the world now. Like, how do we change? I mean, I can't say that, because there are some people who live secluded and, you know, would gravitate to that type of lifestyle. But most people are living, like you said, like,
because we're really convinced that we have to stay in these metropolitan areas, and we have to stay we have to stay where all of the resources are. And again, I learned from the book Sapiens, there was a time when people didn't rely on the government. There was a time when people held themselves down and had communities, but what was happening, you have other groups come in and raid, beat them up, like violence, right? There had to be some regulation. Yeah, they had to be protection. It was a form of protection. Like kings and certain leaders would say, you know what, if you guys pay taxes to us, we're gonna protect you. So
make sure they don't come over here and rob you.
Yeah.
And all this and that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's really how this type of systemic structure started, where the government is supplying people with a lot of resources, and you feel like, if I go out into the woods somewhere, I'm not, what kind of school am I going to have access to? What kind of stores am I going to have? What if I'm in trouble, can I call the police? People are afraid of that because you're on your own, and we're scared to be on our own. True. But being on our own, honestly, on your own meaning a group of people managing themselves, it's actually healthier. You live longer.
Do you see a light at the tunnel?
There's always a light. There's always a light, because I don't, like Bob Marley say, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. So there are people who will succumb to all of these things, whether it's being screwed by the internet because you're allowing the internet to run you over, being plugged in all the time, having a bad diet, feeling like you're stuck in an area that's highly polluted and stuff like that. There are people who are going to stick with that. But then there's a group of people, a nice batch of people who are like, I understand what's happening here and I'm not with it. You know, so the light of the tunnel usually lies within the people who create that light. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically we're screwed as a human race.
But here's the thing. There are so many things that we can do. We can talk about problems all day, but it's really important to tap into solutions as well. So we know that the internet affects us. We know that diet affects us. We know that, and when I say affects us, I mean specifically brain function. We know it's the internet. We know it's diet. We know it's the type of environments that we live in. We know that it's social media. We know that it has something to do with community. So if you are in a position to do something about any of those things, even if it's one thing out of 6, and you're willing, go for it.
Do it.
Okay. Go for it.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Interesante.
So we ready? Are you ready?
For the adrenaline, for the adrenaline, for the SOA Q&A, aka the adrenaline questions
of the day. Yeah,
that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
All right,
let's do it.
What do I miss the most about the 90s and 2000? Definitely what we were talking about before, you know,
the memory thing.
Not relying on the internet to feed us with all of these things that ultimately hurt us, you know, being more connected with people, meeting up instead of typing something in an inbox and sending an emoji that doesn't accurately reflect how you're really feeling. All them damn LOLs is lies.
Yeah. LOL, LOL, LOL.
All lies. Definitely connecting more with people. Yeah, definitely connecting more with people.
Ooh, worst experience with a food delivery service. You know what's so funny? Well, this maybe not be what your question is, but one time I used to deliver for a food delivery service. So one time, and this was in the city, in New York City, and I would do it on a bicycle.
When was this?
This was 2000, I don't know, 13, well, maybe something around there. I used to deliver, be a courier for food delivery service on a bicycle in New York City. One time, and this happened a couple times, but somebody ordered a pizza. So full pie, pizza pie. And
I know where this story is going.
Yo, I tried. I've done it a couple times. In my mind, I've done it already. I got the pizza, it's cool. But they had sodas. So 2 liter, maybe two 2-liter things in a bag. Pizza on top. I usually put the pizza on the handlebars. I'm nice with it. I'm going. Lose control. You know, I don't know if you experience with your bike when you start losing control and it does one of these.
Yeah.
Boom. Fly over the handlebars. Land on my stomach. Bottles rolling down the street. And I freaking just got up.
Excuse me, where's the pizza?
Pizza's on the ground.
Is it out of the box?
Out of the box.
Shit.
Out of the box. I had to call them.
So when that happens, you have to pay that back out of your pocket?
No, thank goodness they cover it.
Okay. Cool.
They better cover it. I'm on a bicycle.
In New York City.
Yeah, in New York City. And so I think they had to cover it and they sent somebody with a car.
Wow.
But yeah, so that was my worst experience with the food delivery service. No tip for me, no nothing.
Where do the craziest people in the world come from? Europe.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, I like that answer too.
We have enough historical references to back that shit up.
Yeah, that's a fact. Britain.
All parts of Europe.
Yeah.
Scotland, everybody in Europe.
What is the pettiest thing I've done to an ex-flame? Ooh. I don't know. Tell that story. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna tell that story. All right, so one time, no, never. I'm not gonna tell that one. All right. So the pettiest thing one of the pettiest things I've done. Oh my goodness, this girl, she played the hell out of me. She had me. She owed me a lot of money, and we ended up breaking up. And she decided she didn't want to pay me back. So I broke up with her. So I broke up with her, and then she decided she didn't want to pay me back. And she texts me like maybe like a couple months down the line. And I remember writing this message. I wish I had still had the message, but I remember writing this message. It was a long paragraph, almost like a poem, but it was like flaming. Like I'm flaming her. Like, you big-headed, bald face, big nose, fat lip, like OD, flaming her in the text. I'm putting LOL in there so she knows that like I'm flaming. Like I'm not even
like you
pissed.
A stupid bitch, LOL.
Yeah, like, know what I mean? Like throwing the LOL in there to really throw the sauce on it. And yo, she never hit me up again. And it was like, it was funny to me because I think I know she's hitting me up like with the idea that it's a possibility he may have let it slide. And
bitch better have my money.
I know, right? Like it's like she thinks in her mind she's like thinking like, oh, he's calmed down about that by now, so I could probably get back together with him.
Yeah, it's too soon.
Flame, I'm on you. Flamed her in a text message.
Did you ever get the money back?
No.
How much was it?
It was 10 racks.
Did you know me at that time?
I did not know you.
Okay, because if you knew me, we would have went and got it.
Yeah. So very
wow.
I wish I had the text message because that's why in my mind I laugh about it all the time because I know that what I was saying was
10
crazy.
Racks, that text message wasn't enough, but whatever.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could have did more, but yeah.
Who have I been starstruck by? I've never been starstruck. But I did go to a private screening of one of Beyonce's. She released a project where it was like all her live performances.
Homecoming?
No, it's way before that. This is like when Pharaoh was in my belly.
Oh.
2000, maybe 11. I don't remember, but if I remember correctly, it's probably like a release of a live compilation of shit. And this is Queen B, you know what I mean?
So
and
Queen B?
Yeah. And all I was doing, he should have asked about Petty. All I was doing was just examining all of her shit. Because she's right there. I'm looking at her feet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm looking at her feet and I'm looking.
She have nice feet?
I didn't see her toes or anything, but she had on like pumps.
Okay.
So I was looking at her shoes. I was looking at her.
You sizing up Beyonce?
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. She's not as tall as I thought she would be. She's smaller, skinnier in person than I thought she would be. Yeah, and I was just looking.
She had kids.
I was looking at her butt, and I was like, wow, she no, not that it's not that big. I mean, it was never big, but it wasn't. But you could tell that she's wearing one of the, those things that strippers used to wear. That it's something that's
corset.
It's something that's he said corset. You know what? It's something that's super tight. It's super tight that squeezes like the thigh part right below the butt, so it gives the butt a lift.
Squeezes the thigh part below the butt.
Yeah.
So you put it around your thigh?
Right. And there are also underwear that's made like that, where you put the underwear on, the butt part is cut out. So everything else is being squeezed, so the butt meat kind of.
Okay, I know
so
what
she
you're
definitely had on something like that.
Oh wow.
And I was like, okay, but like gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Gorgeous woman. Yeah. And really sweet and very like soft.
Did you speak to her?
No, it was a private screening. We were in the front row and she walked by and sat down. And I think her demeanor was just very surprising to me. Like she's just super like soft.
Oh, okay.
And like shy, I should say. Yeah, very shy. And I was like, that's not the chick that be whipping her fucking wig. You know? But never starstruck though.
That's cool.
Ooh.
It's a good one. All right. What actor would I want to play me in a biopic?
Lil Durk.
Oh my god.
Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh my god. Oh, you see, I mean, you got to do stages of my life. So, I mean, what actor? Who can I get to play me? Oh, you know who I would say? Probably the black kid from Stranger Things. The little black boy.
His name.
I don't know his name.
The one with those pink ass lips that look abnormally pink. Like, did your lips
I don't
get
have
burned?
lips like that, but I like him. He's cool. He seems like a very smart kid, and he seems very talented in what he does.
Lucas.
Yeah,
Lucas.
Caleb. Is his real name?
His real name is Caleb McLaughlin. Which
Caleb
black person? McLaughlin.
McLaughlin.
Which black people have that name though?
He does. Yeah, Caleb. You play me.
Lucas.
Play me in my biopic. The 145 biopic is gonna be lit.
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
Alright.
he could get the. I mean, the locks won't come till later on in a lifetime, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
What bad habit would I like to rid myself of forever? Probably accumulating boogers and eating them.
Stop playing. You don't do that. I'm not even going to believe that a little bit. I'm not even going because I'm definitely going to judge you off that one.
I can't breathe. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know how you wake up and the first thing you go to is your phone? The first thing I do is pick my nose and put it in a jar.
You're lying right now. You're really lying.
Are you going to quit the podcast?
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Make sure you say that part first.
I'm kidding. I feel because I have a low salt diet, my boogers wouldn't be as salty anyway. But definitely those moments when I procrastinate, but I feel like my procrastination isn't habitual. It's more overwhelmed. Like when I get overwhelmed, I shut down all across the board. I don't do nothing. I'll be like,
step back. Got you.
I'll be like, I'm just gonna go. If you ever see me binge watching something on TV, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
No, that's usually my thing. If I'm watching a lot of TV, I'm not good. But don't ask me if I'm okay, because
you're gonna say yes.
No, I'm probably gonna cry. You know when you never have that when you are.
Are you okay?
You never have that. You're gonna get that with Juju. She's gonna be like this, holding it in, and the moment you ask her what's wrong, she's gonna explode.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah. That's procrastinating funny. When I am overwhelmed. Ooh.
If I could have given myself a name at birth, I would be Melee. Right?
I don't know.
That would be a fire name. I probably would spell it different. May.
No, stop.
Mai. No, why? You gotta go why.
No, let it go. Because now you're feeding into people who can't spell your name. That's the, subconsciously you're feeding into those people who can't spell your name. You're like, let me make it easier for them. Fuck them.
You right. But maybe a Melei.
Why don't we make it Maylay? Does that make you feel better?
No. That's what I was gonna say.
Melee. You may lay down on the fucking floor with that name.
That's what I was gonna say at first, but no. Mel.
Leave it as is.
With the I forgot what the thing is called. Anya or something like that.
Not the
accent.
It's an accent.
And Lei. Melee.
What is my favorite guilty pleasure? I feel like he asked me all the fucked up questions. What is my favorite guilty pleasure? Every time other people get asked that, I feel like they say, I watch The Real Housewives. I don't, so Fuck. Favorite guilty pleasure. Damn.
No food.
Food is a guilty pleasure?
I mean, like, it depends.
Isn't it something that you are not supposed to be doing? Or what's a guilty pleasure? Isn't it like...
Yeah, something that...
it's taboo. Is it taboo?
Or could it just be something that you shouldn't be doing, but you do it anyway because you love it?
Oh.
Oh, my God.
That answers my question, guys.
What?
IKYK. IYKYK. If you know, you know. It's probably Pornhub. I got a good one. That just popped up for me. Yeah, it's probably Pornhub. I'm a liar. I don't watch Pornhub. I'm a liar. I watch the other one, the better one.
Which one?
X
videos
yes.
is lit.
It's better.
X videos is better.
It's better.
It is better. Because I was about to say that. I'm like, why does everybody go to Pornhub?
No.
Pornhub is not better.
But I realized when I said it, I'm like, no, it's not that. I think I said that because it's popular and it's possible in my head that they're all called that. Does that make sense?
Pornhub?
Yeah, like
okay, yeah.
It gives you an idea of what's going on. X videos,
yes.
Guilty pleasure, X videos. Okay. Is that a guilty pleasure?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's
because you ain't gonna watch that while you're at work.
I could.
All right, which one of my senses would I like to enhance? Yeah, that's gonna be too pervy. The hearing.
You don't fucking listen.
Hearing.
I wanted to say that, but I don't want to jump into your question because producer be side-eyeing me. But
yes, if I can enhance my hearing, that would be so dope.
But Melee, you're in your bed at night and you're hearing shit that's happening in your neighbor's house. You on that?
What are you talking about?
And you can't sleep.
Oh.
Because he's fapping.
No, I wear ear muffs. I wear ear muffs when I'm sleeping.
You're like, somebody's fapping. I don't know which neighbor it is.
And then hopefully I have control.
Over
my hearing. You know, it's so advanced. I have control over what I can and cannot hear.
Dope.
Ooh, yeah, hearing.
Superpower. Mm-hmm. Dope. Here he come asking me some shit about sex.
That's it. Okay, that's it.
Oh, that's it? Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, I am off of the adrenaline roller coaster. There are no more questions. I feel so light. I feel relieved.
Yeah.
That was fun, but a little scary.
Okay.
Because I had to tell y'all about X videos.
Yeah.
I don't like to promote people that don't pay me. So now y'all gonna go watch it.
X video sponsors. Thank you. That would be great. That would be a great sponsor, won't it? Free subscriptions? Don't they have like a advanced page or something like that?
I have no idea. I don't delve into shit.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody got time for that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you once again.
You're welcome.
This is a wonderful episode. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Can I do an impression of you while I close out? Thank you. This is a wonderful episode. Melee lit. You know what, guys? Melee, continue what you're saying.
Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate your love and support. And please continue to like, follow, share, subscribe, and listen and love. We appreciate y'all. And we hope all is well. What's the slogan?
You are our experience. And we are delighted to be your experience.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Much love. Peace.
Bye.